everybody, and welcome to this series. This series is in regards to streaming. We've got a streaming setup here at a church. It's called Central Baptist Church, and we've worked with them to get their streaming set up. Right now, with the coronavirus going on, they are not able to have their services here in the building. With the lockdowns, they can only have 10 people in the building. And so the rest of their people in the church are having to watch their services elsewhere. And so we've helped them set up a streaming setup here in their sound booth. Now, they already had some things set up. They had a camera and they had sound equipment and all that other stuff. But I'm going to take you through the entire setup. Maybe there's something in here that you can use for your own personal streaming or for helping another place stream during this time, or even in the future when we get back to normal things. And so let's go through the setup. All right, so here's the camera that we've got set up. You can see that it's mounted to the wall, and that's just a personal preference for them. They originally had it mounted on a normal tripod, but they wanted to get it a little bit higher so they can get a good shot on the pulpit and the platform here. And so the camera's set up, it's mounted here, and they can take it on and off or whatever. And then they got a couple cables. They've obviously got their power cable plugged in here. And then, let me just loosen that a little bit. And then you got the, this is called an SDI cable, and that's how you're gonna get the video out of this. It's like a high-powered HDMI cable. And then here, you've got the audio coming in, and I'll show you the audio in a second. All right, you've also got the audio inputs up here with the XLRs. They don't have the XLR coming from their soundboard. They got it through this audio cable, which the audio is actually really good. So it's not a bad thing. Get this, there we go. So let's look at the sound real quick. And in regards to the sound comes out of the soundboard using this cable. It goes into this box. This is called a direct box, and it takes the output from the soundboard and converts it over to a usable format for the camera. And so you got the XLR out of here. This then comes all the way over here to this connector, which then converts XLR over to the 3.5 millimeter. And that goes all the way up and goes into the camera. So that's how they get sound from their soundboard into the camera. So now you've got the video and you've got the audio coming in through the camera. And then everything comes out of the camera using this cable here. So this takes audio and video, and it takes it and it sends it all the way down to this box right here. And this is a Blackmagic Ultra Studio mini recorder. And you can see here that it comes in SDI. It also supports HDMI. But then this one's particular, we've got coming out using Thunderbolt. And that is because we are having a iMac over here being used for our streaming. And this is the computer that they have. They upgraded this recently. They had an older one back here, but it was causing some issues and it didn't have enough power. And so let me find the right cable. There it is right here. And so since this is a newer iMac, it's got the USB-C, so you've got to get a dongle for everything apparently. And here we've got the Thunderbolt going into the dongle, and then the dongle goes right into the USB-C into the computer. So that's the physical setup for their streaming. You've got the sound coming into the camera, you got the video coming into the camera, and then everything coming out of the camera into this Blackmagic mini recorder, out of that into the computer, and then the computer can then understand it and read it and then use it using the software that we're going to look at in a future video. So there you have the setup for the physical equipment that they're using for streaming. And obviously any of this I would recommend. The camera is a HD 1080p camera, so if you want a 4K camera, you probably want to upgrade that. The rest of everything can still work with your setup. If you've got a PC setup, Blackmagic will have a different connection converter thing for you to use instead of the one that I've listed here. This one is just because we're using an iMac and we need that Thunderbolt connection. So thanks for watching, and I hope that you continue on with our series about how we're streaming here at Central Baptist Church.